Okay. And also everyone who is coming in, this is a session where, where you can learn about how you can control emotions better, how simple tips that you can help yourself from preventing frustrated. So share with your friends our link and you can all learn together. Yes. So have you had your dinner?
Yes, I have. How about you?
Yes, thank you. Oh, you're looking great today. Okay, so maybe we talk about maybe just some casual talk about what is an Aroma Wellness Advocate. Maybe you could also share with us.
Okay. Hi, I am a Aroma Wellness Advocate. So it means I am a wellness advocate, but I use it through aroma because you can be a wellness coach, but at the end of the day, I think you must be an advocate of whatever you do. And I'm an advocate of my own wellness. Like for example, I use essential oils. Some people know it more into aromatherapy. I use it to help to manage my skin condition, my eczema, and that is why I use the word Aroma Wellness Advocate, so that the moment you hear that I'm a wellness advocate, you know that I use aroma to help myself.
Great. Okay, so I think everybody know a little bit about Nicole. I'm going to also show some about where you can find her. Okay, whether it's Facebook, and important is like we just started the live, where whether you're a mommy, you're a daddy, anybody who thinks that they want a bit more wellness, like today, I have a friend who's he's a guy, but he said he's interested to come to our live about your something on, but I will send him the link later, but it's very encouraging, so for us to make more such lives to actually help more people to learn, to learn, because not everybody really know about essential oils, and Nicole is really very experienced over a decade, right, about learning about essential oils and even teaching people in workshops, so it's really very privileged to have you with us. Okay, so a little bit about myself is that I'm a study coach as well as a parenting strategist. I work with parents and students so that they can do better in their exams, and that's how we learn each other, because I know a lot of children and parents are frustrated, whether it's because of the studies or maybe because of the behavior. And I know it's very important part that we as parents learn to do something for ourselves as well as for the children. All right, that's why we got together to say, why don't we make this life a very educational one? All right, so I hope, please go and share with a link with more people, and give us some likes and shares to encourage us to do this more often. Okay, I'll give myself first. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Good one.
Yeah, must give Nicole and already I asked her to come to share with me, and she just say it's okay, right? Okay. So let's start with some of our slides here. Okay, so today is that actually I have a lot of stories to say, especially for mummies. They are really one group of people which really have a lot of things on them, whether you're a working mom, not working mom, they all have their own things that they are worried about, okay, as well as to take care. And there are one group of people which we both feel very feel a lot about, okay, because we deal with mummies very often, right? Correct, Nicole?
Yeah, we are mommy ourselves.
Yeah, we're myself. Correct. I have a 15-year-old, okay, must add 1 year already. 15-year-old and an 18-year-old, okay, and I have coached students are like between 10 to 16 as well. So this is a lot of mummies that are having this kind of sometimes breakdown in front of me as well. So because of the stress when they talk about studies, because a lot of parents cannot talk to their children about studying. Okay, once they say something, right, the parents get and the child will get a little bit angry. Okay, and sometimes the mummies feel sad. That's when they break down. Okay, that is my story, right? And what about Nicole? What is your, you have 2 children, right?
Yeah, I also have 2 teens like you, but slightly younger, 13 and 15.
Oh.
So yes, sometimes, they are of an age where they have a mind of their own. And when you talk a little bit more, then they will say that, hey, you nag them.
Yes.
But if not, then they will say, hey, how come you don't care about me? So I think it's a stage where it's not easy to kind of handle them. And I understand why parents break down, and sometimes I also lose control of myself as well.
Correct.
Yeah.
I think especially when they are younger as well. I mean, to me, my experience is when my son is younger, I really have a lot of emotions. Okay, I also break down very easily because of the struggles I have with his behavior and his studies. Okay, but after all these years, we've overcome, and that's why I become a coach to parents and children. Okay, because it really can be solved. It's just that I feel when we are younger, we also a little bit more easily get anger, like by our children. But I think as we age, also we find that it's really not worth it. Not worth it to really get agitated. It will affect our health as well, right?
Yeah, we need to manage ourselves first.
That's why we have you are our advocate here, about essential oil, and then you can also help us in a very simple, method. I'm also going to share some simple methods that can help everyone, who feels sometimes they are a bit frustrated, angry, but I want to prevent like a big meltdown ourselves, okay, or break down ourselves, because it's really very damaging to our image, as we break down. Okay, must remember, right, we are also our role models for our children, right? If we break down very often, we cry when it's going to affect them.
Yeah.
This is going to affect them. So also we have to be mindful. I think the word mindful comes out a lot, right? Remember?
Yeah, I
Nicole?
think mindful is very important, because I think at the end of the day, like what you say, right, we are their role model. So at the end of the day, they model after us. Like it or not, it could be a very conscious effort, but most of the time it's a very unconscious way of picking out our little, I would say maybe you want to call it habits or bad habits, up to you.
Correct.
Like even like for me, I have my parents' habits unconsciously, but I only know it when I get older.
Correct. Or your children tell you, right? Or children tell you.
I kind of like aware that when I grow up, I feel that I don't want to be like my father, but I feel that as I grow older, I'm like my father.
Yes, but that's why we have to be very conscious, okay? And also one of the things that I also tell parents is that, when you are frustrated, angry, right? Actually, the children, they're also looking at us, and actually sometimes they push the boundaries, and they purposely make you angry, and then you fall into the trap. I tell you, really, this is the one thing that everybody must understand, okay? If you are a smart parent, right? Yeah, don't go head on with your children, okay? Think about your actions, and then think that, sometimes it's really not worth it to pick a fight, okay? And get all angry about it, okay? So this is one little tip. Yeah, sure. Yeah, what is your share of anger? How do you like calm down after you get angry? Or
for me, sometimes yes, I flare out, and then I regret. Then I will ask myself, how can I do better next time? Like, for example, the other half, like my spouse, I feel that he managed the children very well. So sometimes if, when I calm down, I will talk to him. Then I will say, how can we do it better? I mean, very, very simple things like
reflection.
Yeah, very simple things like mobile phone, for example. Sometimes we don't want our children to
that's very
and use mobile, right? And we have to ask ourselves, do we do that?
Correct. We are conscious of whether we can stick to that rule or not, right? Correct.
Yeah. If not, they will tell you and say, "Mommy, you also do the same. Daddy, you do the same."
Correct. So that's why we say we are so conscious of what we do, and then we are also influencing our children. That's why, I think learning from our spouse is one very important thing also. Okay, we learn all the good things, right? We discuss, and that's how our relationship also gets stronger. We are not always when we are
perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, correct. And we also need to learn from others. Like, I also learn from a lot of experts, and I also teaching a lot of parents as well, right? So let's go to our main. Okay, let me enter my slides.
I'm pretty sure I have a lot to learn from you tonight.
Oh yeah. You also. Okay, so this is Nicole. Okay, you can find her on Symphony Sensations. Okay, and she will share some of her tips, about essential oils in this website. Okay, and you can find her. And for me, I'm a parenting strategist. You can find me on YouTube, okay, on videos, and also from Facebook as well, so that if you want to know more, okay. And I'm also study coach, helping as a speaker and a course creator. And remember to stay till the end of our life, okay. Both of us going to give you really freebies, okay. And to me, it's a ticket to my upcoming webinar, okay, which is a 3M system to AS exams. And for Nicole, she has a lot of string of workshops with her, and also she also give really learnings, for everyone who wants to learn about essential oils or even massage, about a lot of things. So really sign up in the form so that she'll be informed of future, like a newsletter, right? You can inform of future workshops with her. And by the end of life, you will learn really 3 things. Okay, we learn 3 things a day. Okay, that's really good already. Okay, so why we need to prepare our mind before we become emotional, angry, and breakdown. Okay, and breathing. We have breathing method, okay, called box breathing. Okay, and also a very easy way, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 mindfulness exercise, which we talked about mindfulness just now, right? Yeah, and also how we can do it even with our children. Okay, so this is what we're going to end up with. So this is stories. Okay, now I'm going to tell you stories about. So Nicole, you see whether you have anything to add. Okay, so my story is really about this mommy. Okay, she's a working mom. Okay, and she has in-laws to help the children. But because of the shuttling between the in-laws and her house, she actually has a lot of day-to-day stresses. Okay, like even like assessment books, whether today she put that in the bag or she has to. Whether it's the right subject or whether it's what she wanted her child to do, So at night it's a very hard for her to manage. Like she has to do her housework, she has to plan the next day, and she has to supervise her son to do the homework. So it becomes a very stressful thing for her every single day. Okay, and as you know, children in Singapore have a lot of tuition. You agree not, Nicole? Tuition, right?
Yes, you bet, right? Lots and lots of it.
Correct.
Every
correct,
subject.
Correct. Yeah, correct. But luckily, really, my children really study themselves. That's why I say it's a bless, as well as we really save a lot of time and money. Okay, and but a lot of children in Singapore are not so lucky. They really need tuition. Okay, and then weekends are tuition, and she also very stressed out because there's tuition homework, right? Children don't want to do, so she has to really cope with every single day, and that's how I know that mummies can be very frustrated, and also there's after coaching with her, then I found that she actually reduces her breakdowns more lesser already. Okay, but before that she's frustrated when her instructions are not being put across to the son. So don't want to do, angry. She explained already, the son don't want to listen. So a lot of helplessness that she felt. That's why she always don't feel very happy and she's upset. Okay, so this is my story of real life story. Okay, but about you, do you have any story about frustration, helplessness, and breakdown? Yeah,
I think during the circuit breaker, there's a lot of frustration. I think not just that, right?
Yeah. Is it PSLE also, your son? Right.
Well, last year, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of parents. Okay, I think some of us are very fortunate. Maybe we have. Okay, I do not know whether you call it fortunate or not. Some people have extra help, like have helpers.
Correct.
Some people may have to take care of not just themselves. Can you imagine you have to take care of yourself, your in-laws, your spouse, and
yourself? Haven't get care.
Wow, I tell you, I can imagine that kind of frustration. And I think a lot of mommy, they are not just frustrated, they are also overwhelmed, and they are very guilty.
Correct.
Yeah, guilty of not being a good mother, not being their best. I think guilt is really one of the frequent words that I seen in mommies more than anything else. Yeah.
And I really hope that the spouses that are really listening, really help the wife out whenever they can. I know Nicole has a very supportive husband.
Good,
okay, very, very good. Okay, I hear all the really very, very nice stories. So yeah, Nicole, please tell your husband. I think he's really a great husband. Okay, so we must all learn from the good examples. Okay, this is how we get better. All right. So I'm going to tell the story to my husband as well. Okay. So my husband is totally opposite. So I understand that we really appreciate all the help we can from our spouses. Whenever possible, right? Whether it's disciplining the children, even adding some words whenever we are, we're disciplining our children, they just come in and say, hey, listen to mommy, okay? I think it's also quite good, because sometimes they do listen to the daddy because they seldom talk, right? Yeah. So when they say something like, it's golden already.
So golden, yeah.
So I better listen. So I really want everybody to, learn from all our sessions that, we learn from each other, and you all can put in the comments, what question you have, and I will sure to answer them, all right? So yes, let's all learn about box breathing. Okay, box breathing is actually, okay, something about box breathing. It's good that we understand a little bit more. Okay, it's actually a very common method that a lot of yoga people use, a lot of trainers use, Yeah, so it's a very quick method to calm ourselves very quickly. Okay, well, of course, it's very super effective. Okay, and it's really, you Google, everybody knows about this. Okay, if you do not know, never mind. This is the time that you know, and do all the Googling you want. Okay, but tonight you're going to master it very quickly. All right, so it's called the 4 square breathing. Okay, it's a technique you can do anywhere, okay, and can remember, sometimes our body, because we are frustrated, angry, right, we have this fight or flight response. So that's why we break down, we cry, sometimes we throw things. I don't know, but I do throw things, okay, when I'm angry also. So I really know that this also, remember our body, right, we respond badly, okay, we can also lead to short-term panic and also long-term chronic health problems. So we all need to be mindful of that. Okay, so box breathing is very simple. You can see it's a box, meaning to say the first step is actually to breathe in. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, right, and then you hold for 4 seconds, and then after that hold in the breath for 4 seconds, and you breathe out another 4 seconds. So it's like a box, okay, where you hold. Actually, when you do the breathing, right, you can do like 4 cycles. You actually stop to think, okay, and your mind gets a bit clearer. Okay, so Nicole, have you had chances where you say angry words and you cannot take back the words already? Have or not?
Yeah, definitely I have. Then sometimes I need to go and step aside and like so-called like hide myself first before I say more wrong things.
Correct. Okay, one of the example that I did before was that I snatched the handphone away. Yeah, I think a lot of parents do that. Okay, yeah. It's really an impulse reaction now. Okay, but imagine if we can do this box breathing, right, more often, not just when you want to get angry, right? It actually, our mind actually is actually like we should exercise it more. So being calm is also can be practiced. Okay, so when it's not like kung fu, you cannot like you want to use the kung fu already, then you go and learn, right? No, we can do the breathing like every day, maybe in a certain time of the day that you do in the morning, and then you know that you actually can hold out longer. Means to say, even your child say 10 things bad, right? Okay, you still can tahan. You still can really breathe. Okay, even spouses, okay, we also have angry exchanges sometimes, right? So it's sometimes you say the wrong word, you really spoil the relationship. Okay, so remember, we do this breathing is also to exercise calmness, yes, also mindfulness. Like maybe there's another way, there's options, because when you start to think, right, you have other options. Maybe I could say it this way, I can say it that way. But if you just blurt out like that, we always have bad experiences. We know that being so reactive is not good, right? So, but we need to have a solution. Okay, every time reaction is not going to help you and your child as well, whether we are you and your spouse. Okay, so this is my simple technique. All right, so I hope Nicole, have you learned this before as well?
Yeah, I have learned this box breathing before, and I think it's really a very, very simple way. You don't have to like remember too hard. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Correct. Like it's like, at least we know that there must be a hold and a breathing and breathe out again. So it's simple enough, right?
And it's like a box, right? So how long can it be?
Correct. So it's simple and easy to do. All right. Sorry, I go back to the slide again. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So.
And it's true that breathing really help us calm down. And of course, we need to be mindful. We don't want to flare out all the time.
Correct. And then the mommy, every time our children will say, mommy always threaten me, always angry, always screaming at me, So we don't want to do that. Okay. So even you do this, even though you forget about the box or whatever, right? Even deep breathing, because sometimes we are too busy in our lives, we forget to breathe. Okay. Do you feel that way, Nicole? Like,
yes.
Forget.
Actually, deep breathing also help us to lower our blood pressure.
Right. I think on the screen, I've done some research. It actually lower our body's level of cortisol, okay, which is the stress hormone, okay. So to help reduce symptoms of anxiety, there's a lot of people that are anxious, okay, and that could lead to depression and stress. And of course, we also can, for children, right, I also encourage children who are studying also to do breathing, okay, deep breathing, because it also helps them to foster better focus, because a lot of children have focus issues, cannot concentrate. There's a advertisement I see on YouTube, about my children can only concentrate for 10 minutes. I mean, to me, it's a weakness, because at least I feel 20 minutes is a good timing, especially when you are doing like really focusing on a piece of work, right? I think at least 20 minutes of maybe you're when about 12 years old is a good timing, okay? So if you're so short focus span, really it affects your studying as well, right? Okay, so this, okay, another thing I want to actually teach is this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 mindfulness. So mindfulness actually in short is when you are breathing, right? You are breathing, okay? If you're eating, you're eating, okay? You're walking, okay? But this mindfulness, really, I've been through some coaches before, right? Yeah, then we realize that really, sometimes when we walk, right, we think of something else.
Yeah, we multitask, right, all the time.
Correct. But that's really bad. That is not mindfulness, okay? So we do exercises when we are with the coach that we walk on the sand, okay, and like near the sea, right? We just walk. And we do not want to think of anything else. Okay, that is really mindfulness. But a lot of us cannot do it. I tell you, you go and try, really cannot do it. Okay, so we need to empty out things that that we do not want. I think like watching TV, you also can see handphone. A lot of things that we do at one time. Okay, that is really not mindfulness. It becomes very cluttered and your life gets very stressful. Okay, so of course we cannot say simply we can do all the changes at once. But I think it's a good thing that we can do small changes, okay? Like this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is very easy, okay? So meaning to say when you feel that you are going to get angry already, right? Or you feel that I'm stressed up, or you feel that I'm frustrated, I really want to scold my child already, okay? Or maybe you want to scream or whatever, right? So you can do these 5 things that you can see, okay? Meaning to say around you will be mindful, okay? Whether the TV is on, okay, whether you can see maybe your child there sitting there angry, because by actually observing the things around you, you also have time to think. Okay, like you see your child is like crying, okay, or whatever. You feel that you have more response time. Okay, so you see 5 things that you can see around you. Okay, it can be outside the window, and also there will be calming effects if you see things like trees and flowers as well, right? So 4 things that you can touch. Okay, for example, you can touch your something soft and fluffy like your teddy bear, okay, or maybe just small, yeah, or maybe your beads, or some people have chanting beads, okay, they also think something beads, or something you can, or your favorite figurine, or maybe a toy, whatever. But remember, is after that you feel that actually once you touch something, you also feel that actually I'm more calm already. Okay, just try it. Okay, it's really amazing, and children can also learn. Okay, because children also have anger issues. I see a lot of children and my son also had anger issues before. Okay, and actually a lot of things we need to also teach them. Okay, which is one of them is really calming down. Okay, whether it's breathing, whether it's mindfulness, right? They have to learn, right? Because emotions really dissuades them from doing a lot of things. Like I have a student that whenever he actually gets his sums wrong, he gets angry. Then a lot of things he don't want to do. So the whole night is not like working already. Like you're supposed to finish that piece of work, then he's angry and not going to do it. So remember, we have to be very mindful, and that we need to teach the child what is the right thing to do. Yes, you can be angry, but can you have a shorter time? So when you practice this more, like whether you're doing this mindfulness or you do the breathing, right, you find that maybe last time you used to have like 15 minutes of like, a breakdown, but now maybe you get shorter. Yeah, so it's very good. Okay, and next step is that 3 things you can hear. Sometimes we can hear some sounds outside the house, like example, the cars horning, or maybe the outside maybe could be birds chirping, or maybe music, music, nice music, and this also really has a calming effect. Actually being mindful is important, meaning to say you are actually in this presence and you can feel. Okay, so 2 things that you can smell. Okay, like for example, cooking, smell. I think Nicole, maybe you could share with us something that we can grab and then can help us to calm ourselves down. What is it that you can recommend?
Okay, so personally I will definitely recommend lavender. Everybody heard about lavender.
Yes.
It's really good for calming. It puts you a relaxed mode because there's a chemistry inside called linalool that relaxes you. But of course, you don't have to remember the name of this chemistry, right? But that is what this plant can do for you. It calms you down. It put you on a Zen mode, right?
Nice.
And of course, people like me who love massages, right? I will use you also, right?
Yes,
so,
yes,
okay.
Yes.
So if let's say you like massage, right? What oil will you think of?
There's a lemongrass, lalang, is it? Something like that.
Ylang-ylang.
Ylang-ylang, yeah.
But
Correct,
very
right.
common we go spa is we definitely smell lemongrass.
Okay.
And let me tell you something. If let's say you really love food, right?
Mm.
Lemongrass can let you think of tom yum soup.
Yes.
Right?
There's lemongrass drink also, Thai drink.
Correct. Then I will think of Bangkok. You know, I really miss Bangkok. The first country that I want to go is Thailand.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, right. Yeah. So yeah, right. You say so. Lavender, I think it's a very common oil that we can know, and also it relaxes you. So where do you usually put the oil?
Oh, okay. So normally I can just put it on my palm, and then I just smell it directly, or I can actually use like a diffuser. This is a very cute bubble diffuser, but most of the diffuser are bigger.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah, or you can just put one drop on your pillow if you're about to sleep, or behind your ear. So many ways of using the oil.
Yeah, the hand also, right?
Yeah, the wrist area.
Yeah, there is
so
behind the ears.
I'm wearing this necklace. These are lava beads. You can actually put it on it, and then you can keep smelling it as well.
Okay, so do connect with Nicole, if you want to know more about oils and know where you can get them, right? Okay, and last one is emotion that you can feel. Okay, this is very important because you could actually feel what your child could be feeling, or you yourself could be feeling. Okay, so that you actually really, after you do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I tell you, 100% you calm down already. And then you will also prevent yourself from saying all the angry words that you will regret later, okay? Because it really stretches you and increases your concentration as well. And the more you do this, right, your exercising power of being mindfulness will increase. All right? So that's all I can share today. And this is, okay, you all have been staying throughout the webinar, which is fantastic, okay? So I have this 3M system to transform parents and children into my webinar, okay, to help your child to ace the exams, and take down this snapshot about my link and then sign up. It will be the coming Sunday, okay, Sunday 8:30. So please go and click on link to register. All right. So and this will help you. These are all the children, all the parents that have written in to say thank you to me, okay, for giving them the courses, or for introducing them to my 3M system. All right. So yeah, I will also put in the comments later.
Wow, so amazing.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so I will flash the link, right, to Nicole's I think it's here.
You can just put it on the Facebook.
Yeah, we can put it there as well. Right, this is the future workshops with Nicole. Okay, this is the link. Okay, so that you can actually get in touch with Nicole. Whether she has her latest webinars, or courses or workshops. Yeah, you have a very interesting one tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I do teach a lot of things. Like tomorrow, I have it in the cafe where you can drink coffee, take your croissant, and then make your own DIY hand sanitizer. But I also teach like facial gua sha.
So exciting.
Yeah, lots of DIY things like your lip balm, because as women we want to use cosmetic, yet we want to be as natural as possible, right? So I have DIY lip balm, a lot of other DIY like soap making for people like me. I'm asthma, it would be good to make my own soap as well. So I have different kind of workshop, or if people have immunity system or respiratory system that they want to support or improve, they can also let me know, indicate your interest on the form. So we will put it on the Facebook link later as well.
Can. Okay, thanks Nicole, and thanks everybody for coming in. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Jasline. Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.